Gonna let the internet know that the stream is happening. Let's see. Cool. And do one here. All right, cool. So we are live. Let's go ahead and get into the dark match while some people start to file in. I think the answer has gotta be Shockmaster, and the question is Brian Battler or Dude Love. It's gonna be Brian Battler for the dark here.
Hi.
Yo, how's it going, man? Hey, how's it going, Nick? Man, y'all jumped in basically right when I went live, which is great. Of course, this is the dark. The man that would shock the world. Of course, he is none other than the Shockmaster, going up against Brian Battler of the American sports team. Seen a lot from the American sports team in, It's true. I did tell you I was live, but I appreciate you being here anyway. Honestly, I am extremely grateful for anybody that comes and watches my bullshit wrestling show. That's what I forgot to do. I'm glad we are not for real yet. Let's see. I need to make sure this is set up. This can hang out. There we go. Now I've got access to my show notes, which I have, my crowd noise, and the Twitch chat all hanging out in the second monitor, and then we are watching some wrestling on the other one. So, I think the wrestling world fully aware of the Shockmaster. I think we can get the Maglo section involved here. Actually, it might be a good idea to despite Maglo not actually being involved in this match, and also this not being the regular venue that Blake's House Wrestling takes place in, there is a very active Maglo section. It's true. Maybe Blake's House Wrestling is going to have to run Japan for a full show. Big drop kick from Brian Battler. I mean, we did have the Colby's Japanese excursion. Maglo is over everywhere. Like, Maglo is legitimately internationally known for shoot. Hey, how's it going, Hsien-Jo? Appreciate you stopping by. And it looks like Shockmaster may have been injured by that. Oh, big tackle into the center of the ring. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. No. Shockmaster shocking the world, kicking out of that, but will he be able to kick out of this running slam? Dumped right in the center of the ring. And he was. Shockmaster not finished. Trying to wear the larger competitor down. And nearly getting out that spine buster. And Battler tackled to the ground, but certainly an uncommon sight. Someone with that football background. Big Luthez press that he went with earlier on in the match. Still not enough to seal the deal. Both men nearly out of gas at this point. Brian Battler possibly going for another big football move, tackle, but Shockmaster scrambles to his feet. And an absolutely massive slam, but not quite enough. Ooh, Shockmaster sidestepping that big boot. But once again, the Ushigoroshi. And another tackle, but Shockmaster's to his feet. He will not be bested. He will not be submitted as he powers out of this hold. It's true, nobody ever kicks out of the Falcon Arrow. Brian once again going for that running power bomb, but putting Shockmaster too close to the ropes and giving him another chance in this match. Big spine buster, but not quite big enough for... Shockmaster's fired up. Absolutely monster lariat, but the two continue to battle it out near that blue Gatorade corner. Once again, Shockmaster dumping Battler to the outside, and this fight will continue. Those mats are barely an inch thick. Getting slammed on that is nearly as bad as getting slammed on that hardwood that those mats protect. Two men wisely bring this fight back into the ring. So Shockmaster trying to wear the big man down with that bear hug. Shockmaster, quite a large man himself, and an absolutely massive splash into the corner. That could be enough right there. But it is not. Brian Battler with the heart of a champion. Clear eyes, full hearts, and he will not lose this contest if he's got anything to say about it. Shockmaster certainly not going to make it easy for him. Big body slam, and Shockmaster trying to get the crowd fired up, trying to get them behind him. Slight miscalculation from Battler, and that's going to give Shockmaster another opportunity. absolutely huge suplex, but Battler is to his feet immediately. He's ready to go, but dropkick will be sidestepped by the Shockmaster, who will once again jack Shockmaster up in that power bomb. And only a 2 count. Where is the Shockmaster getting this gas in the tank? Brian Battler giving him everything he's got and then some, and it's still not enough. Big falling fist. Oh, Battler just like... no, this match is the dark, so this is just kind of like we're fucking around while people start showing up into the stream. Also, appreciate you stopping by, Antonio. Big power slam, and Battler's leg just inches away from the rope, but neither man able to put the other away. And if you told me that the pre-show match was going to be going over 20 minutes, I would ask who the fuck booked that match. But here we are, and it is an absolute classic between Brian Battler and the Shockmaster. Harada's count to 15. Another big sit-out spine buster. 3 count fall right on the Whale Boys logo. I do have some good news for you. Orlando Nunez is scheduled to compete tonight. Yeah, the Shockmaster shocking the world with that sit-out spine buster. Dave still only giving the match 4 3/4. But that is going to conclude the dark match as people are starting to file into the building. We have got quite a wrestling show for you today on Blake's House Professional Wrestling. Of course, if you've been following, the Blake's House Judgment Pro Wrestling Alliance have been under siege from Nick's Wrestling Organization. And they are currently trying to figure out an answer to the Rapture, who is currently undefeated on Blake's House TV and has just been an absolute menace in every match he's taken part of. So you are going to see a little bit more of the tournament to determine just who our best chance at competing against the Rapture in an upcoming show. Of course, if you were also watching last week, we do have a #1 contenders match for the Blake's House Tag Team Championship. The Firm of Judgment Pro Wrestling versus the Keepers of Blake's House, Blake and Brandon. In addition to that, of course, we have the classic contest, the Maglo Open Challenge, to look forward to tonight, as well as our weekly King of Fighters TV title match, as well as several other matchups that I am sure you are all going to enjoy. So let's go ahead and get right into our first match now. So we have not seen from Eric Alpizar in a little while, so let's go ahead and get him into some SWA rules action. Oh, the Money Blake is possibly the greatest picture. Like, I didn't even edit out the background because just everything about that picture is just so good. And Eric Alpizar going up against COLBY, who has been just a regular opening the show on Blake's House Wrestling. Possibly a bit of a tune-up match for Alpizar, who has not had to defend his shooter title in several weeks. So you've got to figure with the MMA invasion of Nick's Wrestling Organization, he's going to have to keep warm if he wants to defend that title in the future. But let's just go ahead and get right into this match, and we can see what's going on from there. Boom. There it says right on his title card, the Blake's House Shoot League champion. Man with a Taekwondo background, very comfortable in these mixed martial arts type settings. But he is going to go up against COLBY. A competitor that is all heart, all rage. Question is he going to be able to control his rage and channel it into that atomic lariat that you've seen him end so many matches with? He's been on a bit of a losing streak recently, as he's had a great deal of difficulty just controlling that rage. So we will have to see if he is going to be able to turn that around tonight. Big European uppercut from Alpizar as the two men sort of begin that feeling out process, although COLBY, bit of a brawler. You will not see him going blow for blow in that slow start of the match. Like, he just wants to throw Alpizar around as best he can. But Alpizar, that elite technician in the ring, like, putting that martial arts background to good use with those counters and those quick strikes. And once again, COLBY, he's going to make you brawl with him. We'll have to see if Alpizar is able to sort of keep the fight in his own game plan. Big elbow to the back of the head. COLBY responding back with a strike of his own, and these men are just going blow for blow in the center of the ring. And an absolute massive barn door right hand from COLBY. But it does not deter Alpizar in the least. And once again, strike for strike, blow for blow, but COLBY coming out on top. But Alpizar, just his ring awareness is so spectacular. He's not allowing COLBY to maintain that advantage for very long, as a series of punches transitions right into a hold, just trying to slow him down. Big elbow to the back, but once again, despite Alpizar's efforts, COLBY able to regain control pretty quickly in these situations. Just as I say that, Alpizar floors COLBY with that European uppercut. And he's beating him to the punch with those rapid strikes that you would expect out of the Shoot League champion. An absolutely devastating kick to the side of the head. That was nearly it right there. Not even 5 minutes into the first round, and whatever COLBY's trying to do, Alpizar having none of it. But COLBY will go for the cover. Only gets one. Mount tackle. COLBY just pushes him off. I know I've talked a lot about the difference between a boxer and a puncher. If we are operating under that distinction, COLBY is a puncher. And Alpizar would be the boxer. Oh my god, massive atomic lariat. 1, 2. Only 2. COLBY may have been going for it again, but Alpizar wisely grabs the ropes, prevents COLBY from getting another opportunity to just deliver that devastating lariat. And Alpizar now once again, oh my god, kicking like an aluminum bat, taking COLBY's head clean off his shoulders. And Alpizar once again reminding you why he is the champion in mixed martial arts action. COLBY will continue to slide a little bit, having a rough couple of weeks as Alpizar once again asserts his dominance in a mixed martial arts setting. So, got a lot of show for you guys. Believe there are some Knicks Wrestling Organization members itching to get involved in another contest. And additionally, there are a couple of people from Admiral Funk's wrestling stable that have a bit of revenge on their mind. So let's go ahead and get something going between both parties as we can turn this into a great match for you guys tonight. Of course, I am talking about Ian Bishop. I am talking about Keith Kelly. And, well, I believe my video feed is cutting out here. If I could just...
I find your tournament to find the next victim or the rapture of musing. You're going to fail, Chris. Accept it. MMA squad will wreak havoc through all of their opponents, and you'll fall to the rapture.
Oops, forgot to change the ring, so we are going to... I guess this match is taking place live from Japan. As Admiral Funk and GDX are taking on the Goodwin brothers. But I'm not totally clear what that video package was. It was clearly a challenge from someone at Knicks Wrestling Organization. But, of course, the Goodwin brothers, not members of that MMA stable, but still threatening in their own right as they go up against GDX and Admiral Funk. But, that Billy Goodwin giving up a big size disadvantage to Admiral Funk here. But I can very comfortably say this. If the boss of Knicks Wrestling Organization wants war with the Blake's House Wrestling Judgment Pro Wrestling Alliance, they can have war. And we will have to organize between myself and JB3 a date where we can put on a cross-promotional show, finally put the Rapture down for good, and just kind of answer more in a more official capacity this challenge from Knicks Wrestling Organization. But that conversation will have to wait. Right now, we've got two members of Knicks Wrestling Organization in this match as Bobby Goodwin takes on Keith Kelly, and an absolutely huge tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, undeterred by the size disadvantage, and still just powering out of those holds. And just absolutely devastating leg lock that Bobby Goodwin employing on GDX. GDX more of a striker, possibly somewhat uncomfortable fighting somebody with this technical wrestling ability. Now we are bringing in Admiral Funk, Ian Bishop, and this man is all power. Takes the leg, but Bishop not allowing that momentum to be maintained. Big body slam, and once again going back to that giant swing. And leaping vertical suplex from Bobby Goodwin. Like, these Goodwin brothers, extremely proficient wrestlers. And I know there is a lot of animosity between Ian Bishop's stable and Nick's wrestling organization as their MMA guys sort of went into business for themselves against the against Admiral Funk's stable. And possibly that animosity showing itself there as GDX going a little bit underhanded with that flying armbar. But these two men are out for revenge for the injuries that took them off TV for a couple weeks, sustained in those matchups. GDX goes for the cover. Only a 1 count. Big neck breaker from Bobby Goodwin, but GDX breaks that up. Gato clutch. But once again, only a 1 count. It's going to take a lot more than that to take out this season's tag team. But I would wager that GDX and Admiral Funk certainly have a lot more in them. And once again, we are seeing the technical prowess of the Goodwin brothers. Billy Goodwin reversing that mount situation into an arm lock of his own. And going into a bit of chain wrestling. But now he's going to have to brawl it out with Ian Bishop. But coming out pretty successfully in that exchange. Looks like he's going up top. Big moonsault. 1, 2. Count 2. And cattle mutilation, working both arms and putting a lot of pressure on Admiral Funk's neck. Once again, Bishop just not allowing that double team offense to happen. However, totally unable to defend himself from this combination leg lock. So Keith coming in to assist, but Bobby shutting Keith down as well. Big elbow drop to the back of the head, and that's going to send both men back to their own corners. And once again, the Goodwin brothers in total control. However, Keith has a lot more gas in the tank, as that was only a 1 count. Big arm drag from Billy Goodwin. Keith responding back with a massive power bomb, and Keith trying to get the crowd fired up here. Let's see if that time spent costs him, and it may have, as it gave Billy Goodwin just enough time to get his composure after that devastating slam. GDX going for those deadly kicks that he is known for, but unable to find their mark with any of them. Now Bobby Goodwin going up top, goes for the frog splash, but does not find its mark as Keith rolls out of the way. And Keith diving knee drop right into the back of Bobby Goodwin. Two count as GDX just locks on that chokehold. And hold on just a moment here. Just a 3-in-1 hold covering both arms and a leg. Just the technical prowess exhibited by the Goodwin brothers is absolutely fantastic, as these two men are putting on a clinic in catch-as-catch-can wrestling. Funk to his feet, but once again slammed to the mat. 1, 2, and Keith comes in to make the save. Big neck breaker from Bishop. It looks like he's going to go back to his own corner, bring GDX back into this contest. As all three men circle one another, another big neck breaker from Bishop, and now it is Keith's time as he goes up top. And another big knee drop right to the chest. Goes for the cover, dead center in the ring. that was nearly it. Right now, it looks like Harada is just going to let this rock as Bobby Goodwin just locks on that leg lock. But Keith responding back with another huge powerbomb, and Keith once again going up top. Knee drop right into the stomach, but he's not going to go for the cover yet. I would say he's not done, but neither is Billy Goodwin, as he is able to make it to his own corner. And now it is Bobby going on to that combination leg lock. Bishop comes in to make the save, and it is a scramble in the center of the ring. Double power bomb. Now GDX and Bobby slugging it out. Looks like Bobby gets the better of that exchange. Once again, going for that leg lock, and it is extremely close to that orange Gatorade corner. Ian Bishop is not going to be able to close that gap. He does somehow. Keith once again going for that. Hold on. Roll up here, one, but too close to that orange Gatorade corner. Shining axe kick from Keith Kelly, and there's that deadly strikes that he's so well known for. But quick thinking and even quicker hands get Bobby Goodwin out of this match as he's able to tag his brother Billy Goodwin, excuse me. Oh my God, just lifting and dropping this man onto his neck. And it looks like he's going to do it a second time, but this time Billy able to scramble to his feet. But he's going to slug it out with Ian Bishop. And super kick right to the jaw, followed by a leaping facebuster, and the two men once again just going to battle it out. Big tackle from Bishop, but responding back with a super kick is Bobby Goodwin. Bobby's the sole man standing in this match, but Bishop able to get back to his own corner. And it is once again a scramble here. Keith just PK right into the jaw. And once again a clutch, but this time into the blue Gatorade corner. And it was just too far for Bobby Goodwin to come in and make the save, as Ian Bishop was able to cut him off. So, GDX and Admiral Funk able to get a little bit of retribution from the Knicks Wrestling Organization stable, of course. They have not gotten an opportunity to challenge against any of the members of the MMA stable since those matchups that injured both men a couple weeks ago. But that's got to be a good feeling to pick up a win against a rival company. And appreciate you stopping by, Alpizar. Actually missed a match of yours earlier, but we are just kind of going to keep trucking along here as we have a lot of wrestling show left to go tonight. So, Harada is a good referee. You know what? He keeps things honest. You know, as long as you don't ask him for shit. Say he handles himself pretty well. Let's see. So, oops, actually, I'm going the wrong way. Let's see. I probably put the Ring of Honor, right? I ask this every time I put Cheeseburger in a match. So this match going to be a little bit of a showcase match for Donaldson, who has not been on TV in a little while, as his typical tag team partner, Nick Vidala, has been out of action for some reason or another. So he is going to get a chance to have some singles action against Cheeseburger, who has been on a bit of a winning streak lately. I do have a Bread Club ring, but this is official Blake's House professional wrestling, so we are doing this in the Blake's House ring. And let's just go ahead and get right into this match right now. As I said in the pre-match, we haven't seen a lot from Tyler recently. We're going to have to see if ring rust is going to be a factor, as Cheeseburger has just been on fire, earning his way onto the Blake's House main card. You know what, Lana Copy, I like the way you think, as one of the individuals financing the Blake's House wrestling operation. I think we can make something like that happen. I mean, of course, we do have 8 sponsorship slots available around the ring. Of course, probably the most prominent, the Whale Boys sponsor in that blue Gatorade corner. Of course, you know him and love him as Alex Ice. But he will actually be competing tonight in the #1 contender spot for the Tag Team Championship. And in that orange Gatorade corner, that Def Jam Records sponsorship, of course signifying our partnership with the Def Jam Fight for New York competitive community. You could do that. But keeping our sponsors happy, while a valuable part of show production, is taking away from the match a little bit as Tyler and Cheeseburger battle it out, as this match has already gone to the outside once. As Tyler locks on that Boston Crab. And Tyler showcasing that superior agility. And I say that as a pretty impressive feat if you can outmaneuver the Cheeseburger. Ooh, Cheeseburger going for that deadly shote, unable to quite find its mark. But Cheeseburger once again dumping Donaldson to the outside. And Cheeseburger's got a chair, but Tyler bringing this fight back into the ring. He wants no part of that. Picks the leg with that dragon screw leg whip. And a big elbow drop right to the side of the head. Cheeseburger once again keeping it simple. Ooh, aside from that capo kick, which Tyler is able to sidestep. Possibly going for that shote, but no. Slight miscalculation, but there it is. There's that shote. But only a 1 count. And repeated open hand strikes to the side of the head. Donaldson, that indecision of his that has cost him matches there, caused him to miss a key opportunity as Cheeseburger was slightly disoriented after he reversed that suplex. And that allowed Cheeseburger to once again shift the momentum into his favor. Back switch, and Bulldog dropping Cheeseburger right on the logo. Shooting Cheeseburger into the corner. Shooting Cheeseburger into the other corner. He's going coast to coast with those elbows, and Cheeseburger just crumbles to the floor. Donaldson now going up top, and diving elbow right to the back, and it looks like he's going up top a second time. And 2 was too many, as Cheeseburger is able to roll out of the way. Big elbow to the back of his own. Cheeseburger flipping Big Boy right on to the back of Tyler. And Sobat kick against Shote. Neither finds their mark, but Tyler finds his mark with that vertical suplex as the two men take a moment to breathe. Small package hold. 1, 2. Count 2. Tyler once again going up top, diving, elbow drop, and once again Cheeseburger able to roll out of the way. And absolutely spectacular reverse Frankensteiner from Cheeseburger. Donaldson wants nothing to do with that blue Gatorade corner as he rolls his way out quickly. And now Donaldson once again going for that diving elbow drop. That hold that he likes going to so frequently. Possibly is setting up for another diving elbow drop. And it appears as though he is. And that might be enough. It is nearly enough as Cheeseburger able to kick out at 2.9. We're running the ropes, possibly going for that big Shote, and he hits it, taking Tyler's head clean off. And it was just not quite enough, but there, another open hand strike from Cheeseburger. And now it is Cheeseburger going up top. Frog splash, shooting star press. Cheeseburger showing that spectacular feats of agility that he's so well known for. But it's not quite enough to put Tyler down. So once again, Cheeseburger sending Donaldson to the outside, and he's just going to take this moment to breathe. As the two men have just been giving it their all, even in this short contest that's happened thus far. Cheeseburger once again going for that big frog splash, but Tyler able to get into the ropes. And Tyler once again, small package hold, roll up out of nowhere, but only count 2. Tyler once again, another small package hold, but Cheeseburger able to get to the ropes. Looks like Tyler is just trying to find a way to end this match, as Cheeseburger has finally gotten some momentum here. Locking on that figure 4, and Tyler refusing to be submitted by it. But that sit-out facebuster could be enough. Let's see. Rolls through. 1, 2, 3 count fall. And Cheeseburger is on a tear through Blake's House Wrestling. And so I see some more people popped in the chat, just trying to keep calling the match while that was going on. So Alphonso, you are not officially on the card. However, we are about to go into the Maglo Battle Royal. So if you'd like a spot in that match, you are welcome to it. And actually, let's go ahead and swing into the Maglo Battle Royal now, so the audience can start submitting some competitors. Blake, I saw you pop into the chat as well. You are in tonight's main event. If you have not seen the title card, let me go ahead and bring that up. Of course, it is Judgment Pro Wrestling's own enforcers, The Firm, against the keepers of Blake's house, Blake and Brandon. And that is your main event tonight, but we have a lot of wrestling to get to before we get to that point, and I can certainly honor that, as you are not on the card tonight. So let's go ahead and start figuring out who's going to be in this match. I don't have a 2B. Also, Jamel lost the KOF TV title last week, so technically he is not in it, and there is no rematch clause. And you know what? I will go ahead and give Alphonso a spot in this Battle Royal. But this is already a pretty Blake's House heavy Battle Royal. So let's go ahead and figure out who else is going to be in this thing. So I do have... Alright, I can make both of those things. So let's go ahead and get... Actually... So there is one name that I'm putting in. Oh, actually, did I... Oh, there we go. So let's go ahead and get... Go into the TV movies section. And we'll give Jasper another shot at the Maglo Open Challenge. I can honor his opponent. Let's see. So we do have 2 more spots available for the Maglo Open Challenge Battle Royal. So let's go ahead and get some more names in there. I do not have a Jungle Boy. I do have a Mankind. I probably have at least 2 Mankinds. Let's see. So, actually, I probably have several different Faces of Foley. Alright, I can do Mankind, I can do Dick Bruiser, and then that'll fill out the roster. Alright. So it looks like we've got a pretty complete cast of competitors for the Maglo Battle Royal. This is, of course, an over-the-top rope Battle Royal. And, you know what, let's, why spoil the gimmick before the match? Let's just go ahead and get right into it. Of course, you know, this is going to determine the opponent of Maglo in tonight's Maglo Challenge. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So, we are jumping straight into this, and of course, 8 men in the ring. It is absolute chaos already. But this is an over-the-top rope battle royal, so just as chaotic as the action in the ring can be, it can be equally chaotic with the eliminations, as you are just moments away from elimination whenever you're standing near the ropes. And right now, Jasper taking it to her opponent, but looks like everyone's switching dance partners. It is entirely too difficult to keep track. And we look in the orange Gatorade corner. We've got a new competitor. Of course, that is the Tap Pool vocalist, Greg Legacy. My understanding is he's got under some pressure from the record company to not be involved in Tap Pool's latest project, but it looks like he won't be involved in this match any longer either, as Greg Legacy and Dick Bruiser both eliminated relatively early in this contest. Jasper, Steven Universe. So Terrell nearly eliminated by Jasper, but able to hang on just by the sheer force of will. Big tombstone pile driver from Holloway. And everyone fighting entirely too close to this orange Gatorade corner. An elimination could happen at any moment. Big double backdrop from Terrell and his partner slamming Holloway as Mankind goes to the outside. And we are down to 5. So certainly a much more manageable number to keep track of. Alphonso, like, trying to stay away from the action here, which is an excellent bit of strategy in a battle royal situation. Don't want to wear yourself out over the course of this match. But it looks like Holloway not allowing that to continue. As Holloway and Alphonso battle it out near the ropes. Once again, very dangerous situations. It looks like people once again changing dance partners. No. Alphonso going for that $1 million dream. But unable to find victory with that sleeper hold. Jasper attempting to slam Holloway out of the ring, but once again, unable to do so. Alphonso, big jackhammer, but Jasper clubbing blow to the back of the head breaks up that cover. Terrell's opponent picking the leg, dragon screw leg whip. It looks like he's going up top, possibly if no. Thought for a moment he was going for that flying Wolverine, but no, it's aside. It's a diving elbow drop instead. As Alphonso now takes it to his opponent with that chin lock. Terrell goes for the cover, stacks up Holloway, and gets a 2 count out of it. Terrell, despite being the smallest man in this fight, just showcasing amazing displays of power, lifting and dropping men significantly larger than him. Emerald Flosion, Alphonso dropped directly onto his neck. Cover, 1, 2. That was nearly enough there. As Holloway, tombstone pile driver on the opposite side of the ring, dropping Jasper right on her head. And crippler crossface by Terrell's opponent, trying to submit him, and it looks like Holloway's going to break that up. As a big body press going on near the center of the ring, and it is still absolutely chaotic, even with the number of competitors pared down to 5. Big stunner from Alphonso, but Alphonso caught Terrell out of the corner of his eye. Belly-to-belly overhead suplex. And now, looks like Holloway going for that. Oh, I thought for a moment he was trying to set up that Persona 450, but his opponent scrambling to his feet, denying him that opportunity. Blazing tornado in the blue Gatorade corner. And Holloway once again going up top. Persona 450, 1, 2. No, not enough. And there, the double drop kick spot. Holloway's shoulder block from Jasper cuts him off, as he had a great deal of momentum against his opponent, but that momentum immediately cut down. As Terrell once again showing that you do not need to be large to be able to lift and drop people. And Dudley death device from Alphonso and Terrell. Holloway calling for that 450, but he has yet to have been given another opportunity to do it, as the fights have just been entirely too close to the center of the ring. Big headbutt from Terrell. And a big shote as well. Terrell nearly thrown over the top rope once again. But he is able to hang on. Just mere inches away from elimination. And Falcon Arrow. And nobody, and I mean nobody, kicks out of the Falcon Arrow, but Jasper able to do so. Big STO and suplex from the Blake's House crew to Jasper, as Alphonso's opponent just grinds him down with that headlock. Once again, Emerald Flosion. And I can't stress this enough. At any given moment, we are just seconds away from elimination. Despite that, it feels like this match could go on forever. And there, an elimination from Terrell. Suplex to the outside. And another Dudley death drop. Jasper, big reverse tombstone as Terrell once again with that massive Emerald Flosion. Alphonso out on his feet. Alphonso once again going up for that big jackhammer, slams Terrell right on the money with that maneuver. But Terrell able to power out somehow. Big cutter from Alphonso. And Alphonso just with an FU to his opponent. Another jackhammer, 1, 2, and Alphonso eliminating his opponent with his signature hold. And now we are down to 3. Reverse tombstone from Jasper again. Another blazing tornado. And just positively crushing Alphonso with that maneuver. Jasper now going up top. Back elbow drop, just right into the center of Alphonso's back. Alphonso responding back. Alphonso House of Fire, but Jasper looks to be the one to put it out. Stretch muffler. And Terrell breaking it up. Both competitors swinging wildly with those lariats, neither able to find their mark. And Terrell once again inches away from elimination. He can feel how close he is to winning this match. Week in and week out, he's in the Battle Royal. But week in and week out, he just can't quite make it. This is as close as he's ever been. As Mario counts 1, 2. No. Jasper hanging on. We are still 3 competitors left in this contest. And Terrell once again pointing. And you know the kids in the crowd pointing along with him. As Alphonso lifts and slams Jasper to the mat once again. Alphonso undeterred. He really wants this elimination on Jasper. Jasper attempting to do so well with that bear hug, but Alphonso still has some gas left in the tank. And I thought that belly-to-belly overhead suplex was going to be enough. It was not, as he's just unable to get Jasper over that top rope. Alphonso, it feels like he's fighting a 2-on-1 contest. Ooh, big Emerald Flosion from Terrell. This could be it. No. Jasper wants the elimination. And she gets it. We are now down 1-on-1. Terrell, burning hammer. It's been a long time coming, but it's finally came as Terrell will advance to the Maglo Open Challenge. I have no words to describe the conclusion of that match. Terrell has wanted this. Week in, week out, he is the first man in line when Maglo puts out the call. Week in, week out, he's unable to secure the victory. But Terrell finally able to take it as the crowd chants in support. So congratulations to you, Terrell. You'll be going on to challenge Maglo in the semi-main event tonight. He definitely did not get 7 eliminations. I think he got at least 3, but I could be wrong. Because there were some freak eliminations that I definitely missed. Like, the first 2 happened, like, back-to-back, and I do not remember who got those. But, actually, on the subject of Maglo, I was able to get in touch with him backstage. If you were not aware, there's going to be a bit of a cross-promotional event with another wrestling company that you can find on twitch.tv. So let me go ahead and cut to that segment as I address Maglo and we talk about his anticipation to work in this dream match setting. So, I've been in touch with the office over at Melvbash. They're gearing up for their biggest tournament of the year, Melvbash 2000. And I wanted to send one of our biggest and brightest competitors. Of course, you all know him from the Maglo Open Challenge. Former Blake's House champion, Maglo himself. Do you have anything you want to say to your prospective partners, prospective opponents in this upcoming tournament?
Oh, goddamn thing to say to them. All right, Melvbash, I'm coming for that ass. You understand me? So,
all right. You can find out about that event. You go to twitch.tv/MellyandChains, dates and times to be announced. As soon as we get more information, we will relay that to you guys. But you will be seeing Maglo representing Team Blake's House in this tournament. So, hope you're looking forward to it. So, you heard that correctly. Maglo will be one of the competitors representing Blake's House in Melvbash 2000. Unfortunately, we don't have any more information for you at this time, as those dates and times are not official yet. But we will be sure to let you know through the Blake's House Wrestling social media, where you can see Maglo as a guest on someone else's show. So, Alphonso, we are going to give a moment to rest, as he is also participating in the tournament to determine just who will be the challenger to the Rapture. He just wrestled one hell of a match, so we can bump that match a little bit later on the card. So let's go ahead and get A-Man versus the Gatekeeper, the face of Judgment Pro Wrestling against the enforcer of Judgment Pro Wrestling, as we handle the JPW side of the bracket. Let's go ahead and jump right into that right now. No, there's not a Blake's House Wrestling social media presence. Maybe there should be. Hey man, if you recall in the Blake's House Wrestling, Judgment Pro Wrestling crossover event, just a blue chip athlete with just endless reserves in the tank. But he is going up against the Gatekeeper. Someone that can grind you down so effectively with that power of his. It's going to be unstoppable force and a movable object, and we're just going to have to see who yields. Big arm drag from the Gatekeeper. And A-Man responding back with a big lariat. And once again, with that lariat and going for that cover early. Just trying to test the waters maybe against the Gatekeeper here. men trying to feel one another out. Like, you know these two have competed against one another time and time again in Judgment Pro Wrestling. They're now getting to do so in front of... They're now getting to do so in front of the Blake's House audience, in front of the hundreds of people in attendance and the thousands of people viewing at home. A-Man using that experience fighting against the Gatekeeper, keeping away from those clubbing blows that the Gatekeeper just uses so effectively. He can hit you with those forearms or those massive hands of his. He can crumple you to the floor so easily. But so far, A-Man able to avoid that. He goes for a lariat, a slight miscalculation, and that allows the Gatekeeper to get back into this contest. Massive press. But right now, this has been the A-Man show. And once again, sidestepping that massive forearm and delivering a lariat of his own. Now running the ropes. An absolutely devastating tackle from A-Man. And A-Man just not allowing the Gatekeeper to get started. And I can't say that I blame him. If you let this man get his motor running, he will march right through you. And A-Man just not allowing that to happen. And an absolutely devastating chokeslam. 1, 2, but only 2. It's going to take a lot more than that to put the Gatekeeper away. Gatekeeper, A-Man powerless in that Tree of Woe, but still able to avoid those big shots that you know the Gatekeeper wants to land. And those are going to be the key to him advancing in this tournament. Big backbreaker from A-Man. Both sides trading elbows, but A-Man's elbow just a little bit stronger. It's going to that rebound lariat time and time again. Ooh, muscle press. 1, 2. That was nearly enough right there. But that may have taken everything that A-Man had in him, as he clearly looked winded after that exchange. But it looks like he's going for that press again. 1, 2. Still not enough. The Gatekeeper sending this match to the outside. Possibly going to be a little bit more comfortable.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
And there's that entry denial bomb, that signature hold of the Gatekeeper, but doing so out on the floor, unable to get the cover. But you know that had to wear A-Man down. There's those big moves that A-Man was trying to avoid, trying to not let the Gatekeeper connect with, and he just hit his finishing hold on the outside. That padding is not very thick, and it is solid concrete under there. 1, 2, 3. But A-Man, he is undeterred. He was finally able to put the Gatekeeper away with that big body press. And he is showing everyone in the Blake's House audience why he is the JPW champion. And why he may be the man to take on the Rapture. So to address chat that has been scrolling while I've been doing this. Like Huggy Bear, like the invitation is always open. If you are willing to like record video packages, if you are available for me to come by, we do like backstage interview type segments, or like if you just have some direction you want to go with your character, like, hey, I want to feud with this guy over this, we can make some stuff happen. So if you are willing and you are interested to contribute to the show in that way, I certainly appreciate it. If not, you hanging out in the chat and watching the show is certainly appreciated by me as well. Let's see, I save, but we're going to double save. Twice as much save. And James has had an idea for an angle that he wants to shoot kind of after the invasion arc concludes, which, if I had to put an estimate on the timeline, probably a week or two after CEO Taku. Because, like, I'm taking that week off for CEO Taku reasons, and, like, it's only a couple weeks before then. So, like, there's a couple more pieces I want to get in place before I do that crossover show. And, yeah, the Blake's House social media is mostly a work within the context of the universe, although all of these shows are uploaded in their entirety to YouTube. I mean, that's about the extent of the social media. I mean, I guess, like, my personal Facebook and Twitter, like, will post up match cards and shit, reminding people that this stream exists. But I do not have an actual... Oh, that's not what I wanted to click on. But I do not have, like, a dedicated social media for my show. It's true. If you are watching this on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And if you would like to catch this show live, you can do so every Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/MondayCindy, where you can watch, hopefully, your favorite wrestling show on Twitch. It's my favorite wrestling show on Twitch. And can see more of this. But, also, before I get into the next match, I definitely understand your issues with... Oh, it's... Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't even feel bad about running up against, like, WWE pay-per-views on Sunday nights anymore, because, like, if I were watching wrestling, I would rather be watching this. Like, I understand your frustration of never getting to see your finishing hold. That one's on me for legitimately not really understanding the CPU logic of dives from the, like, springboards from the apron. Because I have seen the AI do springboards from the apron, but telling my characters to do that reliably is inconsistent, so I'm gonna have to get some, or just, like, dig into the AI settings of some other, like, lucha-style characters, and see, like, how they're making that work. So, I can't get rid of your chair thing, because you're managing Jamel, and Jamel is still the champion, so your character is locked. Also, it's great in singles competition, but you're also so rarely in singles competition, which is unfortunate. But that's another story entirely. But on the subject of Jamel, who I see you hanging out in the chat, we are going to get an opportunity to see the champion in action tonight. Of course, not in singles action, but it is important for, yeah, it is important for the Blake's House audience to get an opportunity to watch the champion wrestle. So let's go ahead and do that. Of course, we are going to get JJ Mondo back in here, a regular from Judgment Pro Wrestling, and a bit of a favorite of the Blake's House audience, as he has been putting on some outstanding matches for us over the past several weeks. And it seems as if the... and it seems as if the Knicks Wrestling Organization guys are not content with this being a triple threat match. And Nock Voldo insists on being involved in this contest. So let's go ahead and jump into this match. Honestly, you don't need to unmute me on Twitter. I don't understand why anyone follows me on that website.
Give up.
So this was originally slated to be a triple threat contest, but Nock Voldo forcing his way into this match. We are making this a fatal four-way.
Give up.
And
Give up.
this was originally intended to be a showcase of probably some of the more popular talents
Give up.
in both promotions, but it's going to have to be
Give up.
like this is going to have to be another opportunity for the Blake's House Judgment Pro Wrestling Alliance to protect this house from Knicks Wrestling Organization.
Give up.
Orlando leaping tombstone already. Orlando is fired up, and the crowd certainly agrees. But Nock Voldo insistent on trying to silence that crowd, but he's not going to get an opportunity to do so, as Orlando is in total control. Crowd absolutely deafening. Once again, Nock attempting to silence them, but Orlando powering out of that hold. Possibly with that inner strength gifted to him by this audience. And Orlando, big pile driver.
Give up. Give up. Break.
5 minutes gone.
And now the members of Judgment Pro Wrestling and Knicks Wrestling Organization battling it out in that orange Gatorade corner. Big diving back elbow as Orlando has busted Hsien-Jo open. Orlando has made the champ bleed. And there's that classic Orlando striking combination, but Nock Voldo once again shutting him down. Nock Voldo
Give up.
now. Tree of Woe in that blue Gatorade corner as Orlando and JJ battle it out. Or Jamel possibly setting up for that ultimate Space Jam, but being denied the opportunity. Nock Voldo just continuing to be the spoiler here. So it's supposed to be a triple threat match to showcase the top stars of both companies. Nock Voldo denying that. The crowd really trying to showcase their support for Orlando Nunez. Nock Voldo not willing to allow that to stand. And now Nock Voldo is attempting to shut the Blake's House champion down, as all four men continue to battle it out now in this orange Gatorade corner. Absolutely beautiful suplex from JJ, but... And there's Nock Voldo's freaky magic, but shut down by a metal fist directly to the face. Words of Mike Tyson, everybody has a plan up until you get punched in the face. And JJ's metal arm certainly makes it, certainly makes those punches that much more effective. It's Nock Voldo's freaky magic. Hsien-Jo shooting Orlando outside. And now it is just 3 men in the ring. Orlando bringing in a steel chair. It is no disqualification in this Fatal 4-Way contest. Orlando, pile driver directly onto the chair. Orlando means business. RK Orlando, if he goes for the cover here, this could be it. 1, 2. And Hsien-Jo, the heart of a champion, powering out of it. Pile driver directly onto the chair. The RK Orlando, Orlando's signature hold. And Hsien-Jo still will not be pinned. Orlando and Hsien-Jo battling it out. It's possible Orlando wants to stake his claim as the #1 contender here, as Hsien-Jo has not had a title defense in quite some time. And beautiful Northern Light suplex. And JJ a little bit distracted with the theatrics. And Mr. Theme Song gets a pinfall victory over the champion. So I think that was Orlando trying to make a statement. There has not been a clear #1 contender for Hsien-Jo's title. Orlando Nunez just got a pinfall victory over the champion in an absolutely stacked contest. If there is anything that could put someone in contention for the title, it just might be that. But we will have to reevaluate that next week. As I said, we have a lot more wrestling show to go tonight. And as we are talking about championships, we are about to go into the KOF TV title match. So let's go ahead and figure out who is going to be challenging for that this evening. Hearing in the back, our producers asking about the Blake's House Tag Team title picture. That is, of course, Sterling and Warzala. And Sterling and Warzala will be challenged next week by the winners of this contest, Judgment Pro Wrestling's own, The Firm, against the Keepers of Blake's House. That's tonight's main event. And they will be going up against Sterling and Warzala next week. So I already see 2 names being submitted for the KOF TV title picture. I can make both of those things happen. So we have one more challenger that is going to need to be going into this contest. So, if the chat can collectively agree upon a 3rd member of this team. Oh, I can do that. Haven't seen Brad Chad in a while either. Actually, I think so between Rip Studley or Brad Chad, I'm cool with either. Because within the context of the Nick's Wrestling Organization invasion, let's see. I think he was only on TV once against Drew. And actually, I think for the sake of continuity, I'm going to put, let's see. All right, you can do Brad Chad. So it looks like we have some challengers. Oh, no, I have not looked at Orange Cassidy's website, and I am doing myself a disservice for all the time that I am not doing that. Let's see here. So this challenger for the KOF TV title filled up very quickly, which is fantastic news, as we can just jump right into a match. We are nearing the end of the show here. Just a couple more matches to go. So let's go ahead and get into this tag team contest right now. Seems to be a bit of a statement from Nick's Wrestling Organization. They want to make sure, no matter the outcome of this match, there will be an NWO member holding the title at the end of the show. The current champions, of course, Floyd Bartholomew, Alex Jebailey, and Bubba Ray Dudley. But we are starting out with Floyd Bartholomew and Orange Cassidy. And Orange Cassidy, I know I spoke about the deadly strikes of Cheeseburger, but Orange Cassidy is absolutely terrifying as a striker. Those open palm strikes and leg kicks are brutal, but it looks like Cassidy is going to get out of the ring, and Brad Chad swinging wildly with that steel chair. Brad Chad showing off that Olympic-style wrestling that he is so well known for. He did put up a very competitive contest against... Excuse me. Put up a very competitive contest against Drew.
Are you ready?
In a traditional Olympic-style wrestling match. Right now, he's going up against Jebailey. Jebailey known for that big drop kick. But Brad Chad not allowing him to do so. Cattle mutilation, putting a great deal of pressure on the neck and the arms. Brad Chad goes into that mount tackle. And showing off a little bit that amazing display of power with the giant swing. And Jebailey going back to his own corner, bring Bubba Dudley into this contest. And here is Antonio. Slammed to the center of the ring by Bubba Dudley. He's going to try and outmaneuver the larger competitor. We're going to see what kind of success he has with that. Big Frankensteiner. Bubba Dudley, absolutely devastating suplex, sending Antonio to the floor. Of course, I have erred in not mentioning this earlier on in this contest. This match taking place under King of Fighters 11 rules. That means you will need to eliminate all 3 members of the opposing team, and you are barred from leaving the apron to assist your teammates, which is why, despite that taking place in that orange Gatorade corner, Jebailey and Bartholomew did not leave the apron when Antonio was shot to the outside. And once again, we are back to Cassidy and Bartholomew. And Cassidy, those absolutely thunderous strikes to the chest of Bartholomew. And there's that deadly kick to the back of the leg. And once again, it is miraculous that Bartholomew is able to stand after those open hand strikes. But that just shows just how powerful a competitor Floyd Bartholomew is. But that power, Cassidy can match it. There's that sit out, sit down, that ass drop that Bartholomew got so many eliminations with. Orange Cassidy kicked out at 1. Orange Cassidy looks like he's going back to his own corner, bringing Brad Chad into this contest. And we'll see if he is able to out-wrestle Bartholomew. It looks like that's not going to be an issue, as he is going to have to out-wrestle Bubba Dudley. He's doing a fine job of it thus far. Big dropkick to the back of the head. Bubba Dudley now starting to get his bearing and just starting to stretch out Brad Chad. And slamming Chad to the mat right in that orange Gatorade corner. Elbow drop right across the chest. Elbow drop again. And a very flashy cover from Brad Chad, but Jebailey responds back, forearm to the face as he makes his way into the ring. Once again, Brad Chad showcasing that superior wrestling ability. And once again, Orange Cassidy, those deadly strikes of his. And Jebailey responding back, kick to the gut, and goes back to his own corner, while Bartholomew has a chance to get in the ring with Orange Cassidy on the mat. Floyd Bartholomew, a mountain of a man, refusing to be submitted. And once again, that open hand strike. But Bartholomew responding back with that jawbreaker. Runs the ropes, but Cassidy scrambling to his feet would be the wrong word. But he gets to his feet exactly as quickly as he needs to avoid whatever nefarious things that Floyd Bartholomew had planned.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And massive chop to the chest from Floyd Bartholomew. Antonio with that crouching roundhouse, kicking Bartholomew's leg out from under his leg. And goes for that double leg. And now right into a Boston Crab. But Floyd Bartholomew still will not be submitted. It's going to take a little bit more out of Antonio to shut down this veteran of the ring, Bubba Dudley. But likewise for Antonio, as Antonio kicking out at 1. Looks like he's going up top for something. Thinks better of it as Bubba Dudley shows signs of life and gets to his feet. Sidestepping those jabs. Big Somat kick to the chest. And bringing in Brad Chad. Bringing in that veteran of Olympic-style wrestling. And he is showcasing that technical prowess now. But Jebailey showing he's been training for this contest for a couple years now. And Just an amazing display of power and technique from Brad Chad, but do not count Jebailey out. A bit of a low blow, allowing Jebailey to get back to his own corner and bringing in Bubba Dudley back into this contest. Ooh, setting up for a powerbomb possibly, but Brad Chad just has it very well scouted. But not well enough, as that powerbomb just folds Brad Chad up like an old wallet, as they say. But Brad Chad, once again, going for that spin, plants Bubba Dudley into that bottom turnbuckle. And now is Antonio against Floyd Bartholomew. And there's sit out, sit down right over the Def Jam logo and nearly getting a 3-count fall out of it. Monkey flip from Antonio. Just showcasing that feat of agility. But Bartholomew just not allowing Antonio to maintain momentum. Antonio dropkick to the side of the head. But that head clearly very hard to Floyd Bartholomew. And look at the big man go. Worm and chop right to the stomach. And he's going to go back to his own corner. Antonio bringing in the ace of this team, Orange Cassidy. Big Russian leg sweep. Bubba Dudley responding back with that lariat. And massive dropkick, taking Bubba Dudley's legs out from underneath his legs, and once again doing so. Shoots into the corner turnbuckle. Orange Cassidy in that high blue Gatorade district. It's extremely dangerous up there. Superplex right into the center of the ring. Bubba Dudley's going to go back to his own corner, bring Bartholomew back into this contest. And we are once again ace versus ace. Bartholomew now going for that running elbow drop hold. But Orange Cassidy refuses to give up. Despite that, this could be it. He's going for another elbow drop hold. Orange Cassidy barely kicked out of the last one. He was unable to kick out this time. It is going to be up to Antonio and Brad Chad to carry on in this match. Sunset flip powerbomb from Antonio. And that was nearly enough right there. 1, 2. Bartholomew responding back. Nearly getting the pinfall victory with that sit out, sit down, that signature hold of his. Antonio responding back. Tree of Woe. Bubba Dudley just throwing a series of punches in the corner. Antonio going up top, that big frog splash in honor of his Uncle Eddie. If he could cover here, this could be enough. 1, 2, 3 count fall. But Dudley is eliminated. This will not be an OCV for the Orange Gatorade team. Brad Chad is fired up. He wants to get the elimination on the big man. But Bartholomew not allowing it to happen. Bring Brad Chad to the center of the ring. Sit out, sit down. 1. And Brad Chad, he's out. Antonio's going to have to do this one by himself. big diving Frankensteiner, and it's still not enough. And it looks like Antonio busted wide open from that foreign object. I can't even tell what part of the body Antonio's trying to submit. But it's not enough to put away Floyd Bartholomew. Big flying shoulder block. Running the ropes once again. Boot to the side of the head. And willpower from Antonio. Jebailey responding back with a series of punches as Antonio bleeds all over the mat. Luthez press. The momentum is all Jebailey right now. And a bit of a miscalculation from Antonio allows Jebailey to get back to his own corner. And this could be it right here. Cover 1, 2, 3 count fall. And possibly the blood in the eyes of Antonio, just not allowing him to judge the distance, gave Jebailey an opportunity to get back to his own corner. And that would be what costs the Blue Gatorade team of Orange Cassidy, Antonio Del Valle, and Brad Chad the victory. But an outstanding performance from Antonio. We'll certainly have to see more of him on Blake's House TV in the future. Fair. You know what? That's totally fair. So we just have a couple matches left. We do need to check back into the tournament just to figure out who is going to be the ace that defends the Blake's House Judgment Pro Wrestling Alliance. The JPW side of the bracket was won decisively by the JPW champion A-Man. Alphonso pulling double duty tonight. He is going up against Ramon, and that match is right now. Ramon, a man that is all heart against Alphonso. You saw him in the Maglo Battle Royal. He is a man with no limit to the powerful, devastating maneuvers in his arsenal. And he is going to need every single one of those to topple Ramon tonight. We will have to see if wrestling twice in one night is going to make an impact on Alphonso's ability to compete in this contest. As Ramon, big pile driver already. Ramon is just all cylinders out the gate. Flying knee bar. Alphonso able to get a hand on the ropes. Alphonso responding back with a spine buster. And Ramon once again going to the knee bar. It looks like maybe he identified some kind of weakness in Alphonso's strategy over that Battle Royal earlier tonight. But we will have to see, as it looks like the Alphonso section getting involved here.
Alphonso! Alphonso!
he is going up against Ramon. It's going to take a lot more than that to put Ramon away. But there, big stunner as the crowd just powers Alphonso here, but Ramon to his feet immediately. And he responds back with a series of chops that drops Alphonso to the floor. And big Tony Jaa from Alphonso right in the center of the ring. Ramon responding back, shining Enziguri. And once again, another stunner. This time, Ramon not to his feet. If he goes for the cover here, that might be enough. 2. Count 2. Both men just coming out of the gate with everything they have. There is no feeling out process. Both men just giving them their best shots less than 5 minutes into this contest. Ramon going for the cover. 1, 2. Once again, possibly trying to take advantage of the fact that Alphonso wrestling twice the same night. Big cutter out of nowhere. And Alphonso responding back, trying to take that stamina disadvantage down. Possibly setting up for that jackhammer. Just flattens Ramon. But Ramon to his feet. Once again, another big pile driver from Ramon. And picture perfect drop kick to the back of the head. Alphonso unable to protect himself. Now, both men just slugging it out in the center of the ring. And Ramon sort of toying with Alphonso there. Alphonso responding back. Spinebuster. Possibly the People's Spinebuster. Runs the ropes. And flashing elbow to Ramon to his feet before he could go for the cover.
Give up. Give up. Give up.
And Ramon once again working the leg. Ramon has to know something we don't. Possibly saw Alphonso twist one of his ankles in that battle royal. Maybe something that will be a little bit more clear on further review of the match. But he's been targeting Alphonso's legs here. And once again going to the leg, that rolling knee bar.
Give up. Give up.
Alphonso responding back, rock bottom. But he's not done. Ramon still not allowing Alphonso to keep offensive momentum. Alphonso responds back, down D, taking the leg away from his leg. As he runs the ropes. Tony Jaa in the center of the ring. Both men circle. This is an all-out war. And once again, going for the knee bar. Just trying to disable Alphonso here. And another step-up enziguri from Ramon. Alphonso responds back. Big spinebuster into the corner. Alphonso shooting Ramon to that corner turnbuckle. And step-up knee to the face. That could be why Ramon is just targeting those legs, trying to take a little bit of power away from those leaping knee strikes. Once again, another big spine buster. And this will be the third time tonight we've seen that. Just
10 minutes gone.
the heat of the moment, just unprepared for that rebound. Ramon possibly coming back a little bit quicker than he was expecting. Or possibly Alphonso moving a little slower with that injured leg. And Ramon still continuing to work the leg. Again, going for that pile driver. Targeting the neck about as aggressively as he's targeting the legs. And big cross chop, Canadian style. Alphonso just planting Ramon right on the logo. And another Tony Jaa knee strike. Ramon responding back, protecting himself from Alphonso's offensive efforts. And another big cross chop. And this time with the shoulder block, and Alphonso is down. Ramon's in total control. And now the two men just battle it out right over that Whale Boys logo. Big rolling elbow, and Alphonso got all of that one. Ramon responding back. Absolutely devastating slam, but Alphonso's still got more in the tank. And big fireman's carry buster, but Alphonso doesn't think it's enough. Ramon did the deal. Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow. And Ramon will advance to represent Blake's house in this tournament. Just absolutely spectacular contest. That looked like a heavyweight fight from two spectacular athletes. As an aside, I fucking love it when the People's Spine Buster, People's Elbow Theatrics, Flashing Elbow, like, works as intended. It's like, that's good. This game's good. Well, Alphonso did have to wrestle twice in the same night. But, regardless of whether that, like, did or did not affect the outcome of that match, Ramon will go on to represent Blake's house against A-Man to determine just who of the JPW Blake's House Alliance is going to protect this house from the Rapture. Definitely save. We're going to save again because we do that. So we just have 2 more matches for you tonight. So we have the Maglo Open Challenge. And you guys have been waiting. I think there is one person that's been waiting for this just a little bit longer than you guys at home. Terrell Benjamin is challenging Maglo in tonight's Maglo Open Challenge. But before we get into that, of course, we do want to make a point. Tonight's main event. The Firm against the keepers of Blake's house, Blake and Brandon, for the #1 contender's shot at the tag team titles. So, certainly don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, as the Maglo Open Challenge is sure to be a barn burner. There has never been a bad Maglo match, but definitely have a main event to look forward to. And yeah, fucking Money Blake is the best picture. It's just the best picture, honestly. Like, I can't bring myself to alter that in any meaningful way because it's just so good. But, so, for the first time ever, despite time and time again entering that battle royal, being so close, but just not quite being able to deliver, Terrell Benjamin wins the battle royal to challenge Maglo in the Maglo Open Challenge. And that match is right now. Of course, you can find Maglo's entrance theme and more at maglo.bandcamp.com. But don't want to undersell the work that Terrell put in to get into this spot. But the Maglo section already excited. I have a feeling the crowd is going to be especially animated during this contest, as this is two fan-favorite competitors going head-to-head. Ooh, big clubbing blow from Terrell. And Terrell just keeping Maglo in the corner. And the Terrell section getting involved as well. Yeah, that would actually be too much power. I mean, if y'all paid me for crowd chants, like if I lock that behind bits, that might be worthwhile, but that's another story entirely. Maglo surprise roll-up, Terrell able to break out. But Terrell, amazing display of power, just throwing Maglo to the ground. Ah, that's a good idea that you've got. Big twisting bottom drop, that Samblo suplex type maneuver from Terrell. Oh, Maglo ducking the lariat. If there is anybody that is going to be delivering that lariat in this contest, Maglo wants it to be him. That clothesline from Bretton Woods, positively deadly. And Maglo once again trying to roll Terrell up. Wants Terrell to know, as hard as you've worked to get here, if you slip for just a moment, that can be taken away from you. But Terrell looks extremely well prepared for this contest. Big pop-up cutter, oh my god! Terrell just throwing Maglo around. You forget when you look at him, this man is a power wrestler. And Terrell now once again working the leg, brother, with that figure 4 leg lock. And Maglo responding back with that clubbing blow and lift and drop on his neck. But Maglo now, burning hammer, center of the ring. That could be it right there.
1, 2.
Count 2 from Harada. And Maglo still just going into that roll-up situation. But Terrell just using that energy from the crowd. Big diving elbow. But Maglo got a foot on the ropes. Maglo's in a bit of trouble here. It's possible that he underestimated Terrell a little bit, because Terrell has had so much momentum, both coming out of the Battle Royal and in this match itself. Big spine buster from Terrell. Bigger senton. Runs the ropes, and Maglo to his feet. He wants no more of that, but Terrell wants to give him more as he hits another massive spine buster. Elbow to face just to stop the bleeding here. And Maglo responding back with a headbutt, and Maglo just wants to slow him down a little bit. Locking on that chinlock, but Terrell is amped. He just powered out of that chinlock like it was nothing. Rolls through. Terrell still not finished. Terrell once again, this time at the torture rack. Trying to just weaken the back of Maglo. Maglo responding back, clubbing blow to the back there. But the crowd still behind Terrell. They know just how hard he has worked to get into this spot. They want to see him win one. And Terrell pushing that corner, but... And the crowd totally behind Terrell right now. Maglo once again ducking the lariat, shoots Terrell into the corner turnbuckle, but Terrell still just totally fired up, shutting down everything Maglo wants to do. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. That was nearly enough right there.
10 minutes gone.
Big headbutt. And Terrell still, this time connects with the lariat. He's been looking for that all match. And another massive pop-up cutter. Terrell now running the ropes. And putting on a little bit of extra style here. As Maglo once again elbow to face. And here Maglo locking on that spinning toe hold. Both trying to slow Terrell down, but also to just get the crowd back on his side as he's able to employ one of his signature holds. Really for the first time in this contest. Now Maglo going up. Big Vader bomb. 1, 2. Only 2. Terrell still has a lot more left in the tank. As Terrell hits the Emerald Flosion, dropping Maglo right on his head. Muscle press. 1, 2. 3 count fall. Terrell has done it. Terrell not only winning the Battle Royal, but defeating Maglo in the Maglo Open Challenge. Absolutely incredible. Terrell has done what possibly nobody thought he could do. He has overcome the odds. And if Terrell was not on your radar before, he needs to be now. And just congratulations to Terrell. All that effort, all that time spent in Battle Royal after Battle Royal, in the occasional singles bout, loss after loss, he's finally passed it. He's finally got the monkey off his back. He can finally move on and possibly start challenging for any of the many titles to in Blake's House Wrestling. We will have to see just where Terrell goes from here.
We're coming.
Of course, we have our main events. The Keepers of Blake's House. Blake and Brandon against the Firm. This match will determine the #1 contender of the Blake's House Wrestling title. You know what? Fair. Like, I kind of wanted to, like, just bring that in, like, unannounced, but I'll also Like, that is shit that is going to be, like, upsetting to people. So, you know what? That one's bad on me for just, like, running that with no warning. But, yeah. But let's go ahead and get into tonight's main event. Judgment Pro Wrestling's The Firm. The keepers of Blake's house, Blake and Brandon, for the #1 contender spot of the tag team titles. And that match is right now. I believe the Firm have had a shot at the Blake's House Tag Team Champions Sterling and Rosala before, as they fought at the JPW Blake's House Wrestling crossover show. However, the Firm have been absolutely tearing it up since then. But they are going to have to get through the men that this company was named for. As Blake is starting things off against Mr. Smith. Blake giving up a significant size and power advantage, but Blake's certainly the more nimble competitor. If he is able to use that, that will have to be determined, because right now he's just getting dominated by the larger man, Mr. Smith. Murata gets a 1 count as Blake gets back into the ring. Big European uppercut. And now it's Blake trying to wear the larger man down with that shin lock. Blake trying to bring this fight back into that orange Gatorade corner. Able to tag his partner. Now Mr. Smith, it looks like he's going back to his own corner, bringing Mr. Adams into this contest. Now Brandon having to compete with both members of the Firm, as Harada ushers Mr. Smith out of this match. Big suplex from Brandon, trying to protect Blake's house from the Firm. Big kick to the back. And right now we are sort of in a brawler versus brawler situation. This is a much more even fight, but no, it looks like Brandon's bringing Blake into this contest, and Mr. Adams having none of it. Mr. Adams tries to stretch Blake out, wear down Blake a little bit, so he can't make use of that superior agility. But Blake responding back. Big headbutt from Mr. Smith. Blake having a bit of trouble getting started here. Also, I feel like nobody told Blake that he's wrestling. Someone should probably do that. As Blake just slugs it out with Mr. Smith, center of the ring. Mr. Smith pushing him back into that blue Gatorade corner. Big DDT from Blake. Once again, just trying to slow Blake down a little bit. Mr. Smith, football-style tackle right into the chest of Blake. Blake responding back with an arm drag. And Brandon cutting Mr. Smith off a little bit here, but unable to keep him from his own corner. As now the Firm using that numbers advantage in that blue Gatorade corner, keeping Brandon isolated. Brandon sidestepping that lariat, but still not enough as he gets slammed right onto the mat. And a bit of a hip attack from Mr. Adams here. He continues to work the back of Brandon. Only a 1 count though. It's going to take a lot more than that to shut down the fighter that is Brandon. As Brandon now shoots Mr. Adams into that orange Gatorade corner. And now this fight can maybe continue on his own terms. We'll just have to see if Mr. Adams is able to get out of this situation. As Brandon, once again, that rear chin lock just trying to shut him down. A lot of frequent tags from the Keepers of Blake's House team. Trying to keep each other fresh. Want to see how that contrasts with the strategy of the Firm, where they're keeping one man in for longer, but that's allowing them to build a lot more offensive momentum. Big leaping pile driver from Mr. Smith. And Brandon locking on that spinning toe hold. He's trying to take the legs away from Mr. Smith. Sunset flip power bomb. 1. Only 1. Big headbutt from Mr. Smith. Blake's in trouble here. Shot into his own corner. And absolutely devastating spine buster. Blake able to get to his own corner. But so is Mr. Smith, as Blake gets shut down. And now Mr. Adams is in this contest. And picture perfect backdrop, but Brandon still has a lot more fight left in him. And that's going to clear off both aprons.
3, 4, 5.
But this fight taking place in the blue Gatorade corner. Going to make that apron clear a little bit more advantageous for the Firm.
11, 12, 13.
And oh my God, Brandon thrown over the top turnbuckle, and we are once again going to battle it out on the outside.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Looks like the Firm are holding court in the ring here. And Brandon going back to his own corner. That was certainly a difficult time in that 2-on-1 situation. And it looks like the Firm are in total control of this match. Mr. Smith running the ropes. Big shoulder tackle. Blake stacked up with that powerbomb 1, but only gets 1. And Brandon once again continuing to work the leg. Blake is crumpled to the floor with that shot. And once again, another big backdrop. This could be it right here. Leaping pile driver and so close to that blue Gatorade corner, but Blake is to his feet. Mr. Smith responding back with another leaping pile driver. As Blake nearer to the center of the ring, goes for the cover. 1, 2, only 2, and it looks like Mr. Adams is going to allow this to play out as is. Dominator in the blue Gatorade corner. And Brandon has to cross the desert, and Mr. Smith now not allowing him to do so. 3 count fall. The Firm are your new #1 contenders. So that is going to conclude the canonical portion of tonight's show. Looks like you guys have a main event to look forward to next week. Mr. Smith and Mr. Adams challenging the Blake's House Tag Team Champions of Sterling and Warzala. Additionally, of course, you guys have to look forward to Ramon taking on A-Man in that tournament to determine just who is going to be our best shot at challenging the Rapture. Of course, we've got a lot more show to look forward to moving on as we sort of put the pieces together to just figure out what we are going to do about this Knicks Wrestling Organization invasion. And with Orlando Nunez getting a pinfall victory over Hsien-Jo, that certainly has some implications for the heavyweight title picture as well. So there is a lot more Blake's House Wrestling to come. And you can see that and more at 7:30 p.m. next Sunday Eastern Time at twitch.tv/MondayCindy. But let's go ahead and queue up a dark match while I hang out with you guys in the chat. Let's see. I mean, Blake wants me to check. All right, we got Switchblade Jay White. And you know what? All right, well, you are just fractional seconds behind Drew here. So, if you guys have been paying attention in the chat, didn't really get a chance to mention it because it was kind of happening during matches. A couple of yeah, so a couple of links have been popping up in the chat. Of course, you can check out the Smash GG link. That is going to take you to the sign-up page for the Def Jam Fight for New York band tier event at CEO Taku this year. So if you've been following the Def Jam Fight for New York competitive community, you'll know that the rule set and tier list has undergone a lot of changes, particularly in the last year. This event is going to be an opportunity where we bring back all the characters that were restricted in the standard rule set. So if your fave got cut, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to get a chance to either play them or see them in action. Additionally, that Matcherino link is going to take you to the community-funded pot bonus, as well as the merchandise that will directly support the event. You can get the Def Jam at CEO shirt that you may have seen on the CEO stream this past June, as well as the Fight for New York is Anime shirt, which is new for the CEO Taku event. Ah, that sucks. Let me see here. I will have to... That's weird, because the Maturino link works for me. And yeah, the shirt is fantastic. Oh, the Smash GG is the one that doesn't work. Oh, yep, I see where I fucked up. Alright, that's going to be an easy fix. But that is a fix I will do when I go off air. And yeah, the new shirt design is fantastic. Actually, credit to Toriko, who made that design. And he also did something that... Actually, let me see if I have it here. Let's see. Before we figure out... And if y'all want to figure out what the opponent of Switchblade Jay White's going to be, let's see. Let me see here. Sean Paul? I can do that. I think in the spirit of talking about Def Jam, we can definitely make Sean Paul the opponent of Switchblade Jay White. And before we get into that match, let me go ahead and pull this thing up. So Toriko made the designs for the t-shirts, or at least for the Fight for New York as anime shirts. He also made this that you'll be getting to see. Let's see here. Sure, we'll do that. Alright, catch you later on, James. Appreciate you stopping by. So, Toriko also made this, which will be integrated into our show at a later date. That's much too large. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Like, I do like the Ilyas mat, and I think I want to keep the MS Paint style ring mat. But, so for those of you, like, kind of aware of the, like, backstage aspect of running this stream, I've commissioned Maglo in real life to produce music for the stream. So... the Greg Legacy character is a character that he's come up with for, like, one of his side projects. Okay, I can do that. And that, like, fake band that he has is going to be doing the intro theme to Blake's House Wrestling. So this logo will be kind of shown, maybe flashing or some shit, while some highlights run in the background, while the theme music that Maglo produces is playing. So you guys have that to look forward to in the near future. But in the meantime, this is the canonical and official logo of Blake's House Wrestling. Let's see. Yes, I want to remove that. Cool. But let's go ahead and get into this dark match while y'all are hanging out in the chat. And, yeah, James, I'll get you that file probably when I go off air. And actually, considering I don't have to be in character for this, let me fix Nightbot right now. Because that could potentially run again while this match is happening. And I'd like that link to actually work. Alright, cool. The Nightbot is fixed. You know, I say week in and week out on the Dark Match that the Fight for New York guys should show up on Blake's House TV, and then they never do. Like, I should probably honor that at some point, because The guy that made the Fight for New York characters. Yeah, so, like, I made the JPW logo, which was literally me typing the letters JPW and putting some filters over it. So, like, it had some cool colors and effects. So we'll probably do the same thing for a Nick's Wrestling Organization logo. That's kind of my plan, at least. But the guy that made the Fight for New York edits, like, they did such a good job with the move lists and with the AI that, like, I legitimately should put them on my show more frequently. Oh man, looks like Sean Paul busted Jay White open. Jay White with those fucking Mr. Zaz ass tights.
Yeah.
That big double axe handle doesn't find its mark. But on the subject of CEO Taku, like, I mean, I do. Oh my god, DDT directly onto the chair.
Yeah.
Like, in typical Blake's House fashion, I have fucked up and not secured a hotel room. So I'm gonna need to figure that out. Because as close as the CEO Taku venue is, like, I could drive it every day, but I don't want to drive it every day. That shit sucks. So, like, need to figure out what I actually want to do. Or if anybody has room available. Because I got super lucky with CEO that Ramon had some space. Going for that rolling lariat. A little bit too slow for the switchblade.
One, two, three, four.
As the two men battle it out on the outside.
6, 7,
And Sean Paul just working that open wound of the switchblade here.
10, 11.
2, 3.
Jay White swinging wildly with that steel chair. Drop kick to knee, taking Jay White's leg out from under his leg. Actually, you know, if I were smart, which I am sometimes, not often, but sometimes. Let's see. Sometimes I'm smart. What if I made this? It's not super readable. At least it isn't to me. Let's see, what's that look like on the stream? Nah. I'd need a higher resolution to do that, I think. It was a thought.
Yeah.
We try stuff here on Blake's House TV. Yeah. Oh, that's a fucking cool animation for Blade Runner. Because I assumed they would just do the fucking use Sister Abigail animation for it. But, yeah, they've got fucking Blade Runner from on a downed opponent. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've actually seen Jay White in Fire Pro. Like, he's got a cool move list.
3,
Yeah.
6, 7,
Like, I've only seen him, like,
Yeah.
wrestle in real life a couple times.
11.
But that's also was during those entirely too long Wrestle Kingdom shows. So, like, my memory of what he actually does. Oh, there's another Blade Runner. Yeah. Also, wrestling shows should not be 6 hours. That's too much time for a wrestling show. Like, as much as I love Wrestle Kingdom, those shows are just too long. Damn! Sean Paul does no-selling Blade Runner. That's gotta be it. 1, 2. Still only 2. Not even a 2.9. Sean Paul's got a lot more gas in the tank. He is a beefy boy for a martial artist. God, Sean Paul's been hit with so many facebusters in this match, just a substantial amount. And I think he was injured there. I think Sean Paul's neck is legitimately injured. So he's gonna tap here? No. Got a hand on the ropes. Sean, like, it is literally the referee's job to stop this. Protect Sean Paul from himself. Harada, what are you doing? Although, me, a fool, asking Harada for shit. That was my first mistake. As Sean Paul goes for the cover. And Sean Paul getting a 2.9 out of Jay White. That's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3 count fall. Capoeira characters, good in every game. Also good in Fire Pro. And Sean Paul getting a 5-star match evaluation against the Switchblade Jay White. But that is going to be it for me today. So go ahead and do our show closing spiel. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can catch more shows like this every Sunday night, 7:30 Eastern, at twitch.tv/MondayCindy. I stream Fire Pro Wrestling on Sundays. Midweek, I will sporadically stream some other things. I'm sure in the last couple of weeks you've probably caught me streaming Battletech and Night in the Woods. That will likely continue, as I've got a playthrough to finish of Night in the Woods, and I just want to fuck around in... I will make... You know what? Y'all are here right now. I can fucking make a Maglo command. Let's see. And then, Blake, you gonna be streaming for a while? Because I'm probably gonna throw to you afterward. Yeah. Doing that right now. Alright, let me see here. Alright. So, let's try that bang maglo command. Capital M, capital L. Let's see what that looks like. And then we will log off for real, and I'll throw you to another... Oh, sorry, mag.low, because reasons. There we go. I did put it on a cooldown so the chat doesn't get flooded with maglo links. But I think we're good there. So, gonna log off for real. Short answer, my wrestling stream every Sunday night. If you see me streaming at all during the week, that is a bonus and don't count on it. Hope you come back for the next one, because we've got a lot more wrestling to go. Certainly hope you're looking forward to CEO Taku, where more Def Jam shit will happen. And yeah, that's going to be all. I appreciate all y'all for coming out. We are going to raid... Let's see. Oops. Let's see. We're going to raid Melly, who we are collaborating with. And collaborating is a strong word. I'm sending Maglo to her Fire Pro stream at some point in the future. And then she's got her own show to run. Right now she's doing some Mugen stuff, and that's generally pretty entertaining.